Was raining at first, but it looks like it stopped, fortunately. And what did I read today? In terms of things stopping, things like the war isn't stopping anytime soon by the sounds of it. How about this one? This one says, Houthis launch massive drone barrage down by US and coalition warships. In possibly the largest single attack since it began targeting shipping, Yemen's Houthi militants launched a massive barrage targeting American and other warships in both the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden in the early morning hours of Saturday, March 9th. The forces of the US, UK, France, and Denmark are each reporting actions including employing some of the most sophisticated weapons in the arena. Houthi spokesperson Yahya Saree said they had launched a total of 37 drones toward the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, claiming to have successfully achieved their goals. They also claim responsibility for targeting the Propel Fortune, a Singapore-owned and registered bulker, calling it an American ship. This came after he posted on Friday that their daily military update was postponed due to the urgent military developments in the theater of military operations. Earlier in the day on Friday, the Houthi had highlighted that our strikes are escalating. US Central Command seemed to confirm the escalation, confirming during the week that the Houthi fired at least 5 anti-ship ballistic missiles, hitting both the MSC Sky 2 and the fatal attack on the True Confidence. And by the looks of it, I believe this is the video of that event too. It says, last night HMS Richmond used its Sea Scepter missiles to shoot down 2 attack drones, successfully repelling yet another illegal attack by the Iranian-backed Houthis. The UK and our allies will continue to take the action necessary to save lives and protect freedom of navigation. Again, there's no end in sight, it seems like, in terms of this war and all that. And in terms of, I guess, drones and making them like a weapon of sorts, this was kind of interesting, as apparently by the looks of it, someone took a toy drone which appeared to be a Tello, and it seemed like he made it so that this drone would auto-detect, let's just say, someone's face, and with that, the drone would try to attack it. This one says, we built an AI-steered homing killer drone in just a few hours. I thought it would be fun to build a drone that chases you around as a game. It just uses an AI object detection model to find people in the frame, and then the drone is programmed to fly towards this at full speed as soon as it detects someone. This literally took just a few hours to build and made me realize how scary it is. You could easily strap a small amount of explosives on these and let hundreds of them fly around. We checked for bombs and guns, but there are no anti-drone systems for big events and public spaces yet. So will that terrify people? Like, oh no, these toy drones, like people can do this now. I was also able to add face recognition to it and only make it attack someone it knew who was. It could easily identify the person from 10 meters distance. My bet is that we will see some sort of terror attack using this type of tech within the next few years. You still need some technical knowledge to build this now, but it becomes easier and easier. And then with that, this guy's trying to say you need to develop things like anti-drone systems and all that. So again, it makes you wonder, are people going to use this as a way to, I guess, fearmonger, saying this is why you need to ban every single toy drone and so forth. But at the same time, this brings up the point again that I've often said, you have to deal with the situation because inevitably it'll happen. Do you honestly think, for example, regulating, let's just say, a toy drone, like something that a kid's flying, like we're gonna make you do all this registration, take $1,000 courses and stuff like that? You think it's gonna stop like a quote terrorist from doing this? You gotta find ways to deal with it, in my opinion. Interesting too, he says he usually puts his code and stuff out for open source, but he won't do it with this one. He's trying to reiterate he did this more for a game and not to actually hurt anyone, but I guess people will get ideas and so forth, right? But again, you gotta find ways to deal with it in general. And then I was quickly reading this today where apparently Air Canada pilots could potentially go on strike and so forth due to pay. It says 70% of Air Canada pilots willing to walk away if pay doesn't improve. Union boss says, it's not justifiable that our American counterparts flying the same airplanes, same airspace, same routes, that they're making twice as much as us, if not more, declares Charles Charlene Houthi, first officer in the 737 MAX and the chair of the Air Canada Pilots Union. For the past 7 months, Houthi, 41, has been hammering this message at the negotiating table with Air Canada, demanding parity with American counterparts on behalf of the nearly 5,300 pilots on Air Canada's roster. A decade ago, pilot salaries at Air Canada and United Airlines were nearly equal. Today, the Americans earn twice as much. Is that true for people who are pilots and so forth? It says the salary range for Canadian pilots is roughly $40,000 for a new hire to more than $200,000 for an experienced captain. Kind of makes me think too, isn't that true in a lot of cases where someone in the US makes more money than someone in Canada for the exact same type of job? Isn't that kind of the reason why, in many cases, a US company or production, for example, would bring their jobs here because it's cheaper for them? That's what I would think anyways. But either way, let's see what happens here, I guess. All right, see you guys later.